stand for the procession of the dignitaries, including the Honorable Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Thank you. In the national anthem by Chauncey Wright, a student of C.H. Lee's Junior High School.
Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland. March on to glory, your bright banners waving high. See how the world marks the manner of your bearing, pledged to excel through love and unity, pressing onward, march together to a common lofty goal, steadies onward, though the weather hide the wide and treacherous shoal. Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland, till the road you've trod lead unto your God. March on, Bahamaland.
Please remain standing as we are led in the invocation by Dr. Charmaine Miller.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we bow in reverence and in awe of your faithfulness. Once again, you have brought us to the climax of another exciting Laws of Life essay and video competition, and we are indeed grateful. We dare not take it for granted. Thank you, Father. Knowing your will is that in all things we give thanks, we pause now to pour out our gratitude for the talented students that have applied themselves to their craft. As they continue to refine their writing, thinking, and creative skills, may they commit to work on their hidden man, the hidden man of the heart, reflecting the fruit of the Spirit, thus inviting the world to make a beaten path to the doors of their gifts. We say thank you also for the support system of parents, teachers, and administrators who have undergirded them with their patience, their prayers, and of course, their participation to ensure that they gave the competition their best. Thank you, Father, for the tireless efforts of the markers, the judges, committee members, Ministry of Education personnel, and the Templeton Foundation who ensured that this year's competition continued to reflect excellence and nothing less. We ask now that you bless this evening and bless each attendee, especially the students whom we have come to celebrate. This we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Now, it's a wonderful sight to see all of you here this evening, and I mean, the room is just about completely full. We had a little bit of trepidation for a little while, thinking that persons may not show up, but give yourselves a round of applause for braving it and coming out this evening. We're so honored to have you all here. Now, coming to officially welcome you is one of our repeat participants and a repeat finalist from the R.M. Bailey Senior High School, Melusa Jean.
As quoted, perhaps by every English language teacher, possibly everywhere, in every school, and likely under every hemisphere. Pick up a pen and write, or type, and we did. We wrote, we rewrote, and we wrote again. And today, we have triumphed. We did it. Finally, we are here to celebrate at this, the annual Laws of Life Essay and Video Awards Ceremony 2022. My name is Melusa Jean, head girl at R.M. Bailey Senior High School, an essay competition finalist. It is my distinct pleasure to joyously welcome you to this illustrious prize-giving ceremony, brought to you, might I add, both virtually and in person. We are here. We did it. I want you to join in with me as we triumph in this grand occasion together. So, every time I hold up my right hand, I want you, my most learned audience, to say with resounding pride, we did it. Let's warm up. Videos, essays, and no rest days? Great, you got it. Now the real deal. Overcoming oppression, depression, and compression with resilience, perseverance, and brilliance. Writer's block, creator's block, and absolutely no going around the block, instead staying on the clock. From in-person to virtual, and now we're here again, both virtual and in-person. Excellent. I stand here as a testament that we are more than just writers, but thrivers, more than just survivors, but overcomers, and more importantly, we are more than just contestants, but we are all winners. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the most prestigious essay and video competition throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, an event made possible through the generous donations of the internationally acclaimed John Templeton Foundation. What was true then in 1987, when the competition was established, is still true today, and that is imagination. And writing is a therapy that we all need. Not just any writing, though. Oh, no. This competition encourages us to look beyond mere words and pictures, to find meaning in our life and surroundings. It is writing and creating that touch deep in our souls. To the John Templeton Foundation, thank you for having the foresight and insight to carry on a tradition that never grows old and will never stop inspiring others to see life as a gift. Formally, I extend a special welcome to the Honorable Glenatana Martin, MP and Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, Dr. Andrew Sarrazin, President of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, other Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training officials, including Mistress Lorianne Ambrister, Permanent Secretary, Ms. Charmaine Sinclair, Deputy Director, Ms. Althea Hamilton Grant, Assistant Director, and Mistress Elma Garraway, former Deputy Governor General, Permanent Secretary, and former Laws of Life Committee member. Competition judges, other ministry and department officials, Templeton World Charity Foundation officers, talented students, beloved parents, and invited guests, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, one more time on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Malusa. She certainly made us feel welcome. I think I could go and sit down for the rest of the night. She covered it all. So all my ad-libs, what am I supposed to do? But anyway, I'll make it through. At this time, we're going to call on Dr. Andrew Sarrazin, the president of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, to come with remarks.
Well, first, I just want to acknowledge Malusa Jean there and give another round of applause for that amazing welcome. You know, Malusa, if you'd like my job someday, I think you're very well qualified. Just really inspiring, just an amazing thing to see the students and get your energy and your passion for the future. So I'm Andrew Sarrazin, president of the Templeton World Charity Foundation. Good evening. I want to say welcome to distinguished guests, the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Thank you, Minister, for unwavering support over the past 14 years from the Ministry of Education. We really couldn't do it without you. This is a true partnership. Also, welcome to Mrs. Lorraine Armbrister, the Permanent Secretary, Ms. Charmaine Sinclair, Ms. Althea Hamilton Grant, and the legendary, the one and only, the famous Mrs. Elma Garraway, Emeritus Permanent Secretary. She's my life coach and my mentor. I always learn from you, Mrs. Garraway. Also, welcome to competition judges, teachers, school administrators, and parents. Speaking as a parent, you know, you support this competition year after year, and we are so grateful for that. But most importantly, Malusa Jean said it, tonight is about the students. You're all winners. Congratulations on your participation. This is one of my most favorite events that we do throughout the year, and it is so energizing to be back in person. I'm just reminded by the power of our human connection. In fact, research shows that kids learn much faster in the presence of other children. Our human nature is tuned to be with one another. It's not just physical, it's psychological and spiritual. And tonight's ceremony is evidence of that. Also, though, I'd be remiss not to welcome those of you who are joining online. It's being live streamed across the islands of the Bahamas and the world, so a special welcome to those of you who were not able to travel to Nassau. And lastly, I'd like to, before I begin, just a few remarks here, to thank the organizing committee, Mrs. Wright, Mrs. Davis-Wells, Dr. Miller, and Dr. Farquharson, who really are the heart and soul of this competition. You know, we turn up to this event once a year, but it really is a year-long process of dedication and hard work. I'd like to say a few words about the Templeton World Charity Foundation. So we're a global philanthropy based proudly in Nassau, the Bahamas, started by Sir John Templeton, who called this great country home for over 40 years. We have over 200 projects in over 50 countries, and our vision, inspired by Sir John, is about the study and the practice of human flourishing. In particular, the importance of the spiritual dimensions of life. You can think of the famous quote that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And that vision is so important, especially as we live in this time of change. Over the past 2 years, I think our lives clearly have obviously been disrupted. But in that time of disruption, we've asked, what makes life worth living? What should I live for and why? How can I overcome adversity in my own life and help others to do the same? We've really questioned the bedrocks of our civilization: justice, sustainability, truth, and progress. What does that really mean? And in short, we've asked, how can we flourish and not just survive? And at the Templeton World Charity Foundation, we think these are essential questions about life with implications for life. And the Laws of Life competition embodies that mission. Sir John was a firm believer that just as there are the laws of gravity and electricity, there are also laws of the spirit. Laws like gratitude and love, kindness and forgiveness, hope and optimism that motivate the world and make the world go round just as much as the discoveries of the great scientists or movements inspired by political parties or economic forces. These laws of life separate truth from falsehood. These laws show us what's truly real. And more than ever, you, young people, live in the world where there's almost an infinite amount of data, an unlimited amount of information, some knowledge, but even less wisdom. And so, dear friends, that's what the laws of life are really about, to give us the courage to see what is real. I would encourage you also, students, to use the laws of life in everyday experience. The essays that you've written are truly inspirational to me, but they should also be helpful not just as a school exercise, but helping you to respond to a Facebook post or a WhatsApp chat or an Instagram story, or God forbid, if you're into that, TikTok. The laws of life should help you in real life to help a friend in need, to make a difficult decision about a boyfriend or girlfriend, or to plan your own future. This year's theme for all of the divisions was that you are sought after if you reflect love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, the power of positivity. Some of the laws you wrote about include that you can either be part of a solution or a part of the problem. And you have the most powerful weapons on earth, love and prayer. Or progress and growth are impossible if you always want to do things the way that they've always been done. Or you find what you look for, good or evil, problems or solutions. Or you cannot discover new oceans until you have the courage to lose the sight of the shore. Over 1,000 entries were submitted this year from Grand Bahama, from New Providence, Abaco, Exumas, Eleuthera, including Spanish Wells and Harbor Island, Andros, Acklins, the Berry Islands, and Bimini. We have a commitment to increasing participation and access to our students in the Family Islands. The excerpts that I've read from the winning entries just showcase tremendous and beautiful writing and creativity. Quotes like, "Problems are opportunities in disguise," or showcasing the power of listening, that we must, in order to learn, we must listen, but we must listen to learn. We talk about free speech, but what about the obligations of being a good listener? So, amazing and inspirational words from you young people to show us the way forward. So, distinguished guests, judges, teachers, administrators, parents, and students, these essays give me hope and illustrate the vision of Sir John Templeton, not just to get by, but to flourish, to live in a way, as we heard in the opening of the national anthem, to lift up our heads to the rising sun. And so thank you so much for your participation tonight. It's my great pleasure. I'm so looking forward to learning about the winners and tonight's ceremony. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication. I'm so proud of each and every one of you.
Thank you so much for those remarks, Dr. Sarrazin, and indeed, it is such a pleasure for us to have all of you here from all of the different schools represented, and it is an honor for us to have this evening the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. As Malusa mentioned, we were face-to-face, then we were virtual, and now tonight we are virtual and face-to-face. So God is good, and indeed we are honored to have the minister here in person and not a recording as we've had for the last 2 years. So at this time, I'm going to call on another one of our repeat finalists over the past few years from the Aquinas College, Caden Moss Moultrie, who will introduce the Honorable Minister. Welcome her as she comes.
Good evening. Our speaker for this award ceremony is Minister Glennis Hannah Martin. Glennis Hannah was born in Nassau to the late Honorable Arthur Dion Hannah, who was the former MP, Deputy Prime Minister, and Governor General, and Beryl Hannah. Her education began at St. Anne's School, Fox Hill. She later attended Queen's College and matriculated at Padworth College, Reading, England. She continued her studies at York University, Toronto, Ontario, graduating in 1981 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature. In 1985, she left for the University of Buckingham, England, where she obtained her LLB with top honors, having been awarded the Maxwell Law Prize by the institution. Hannah Martin joined the Inner Temple, London, and in 1988, after having successfully completed her Council of Legal Education course, was called to the Bar of England and Wales and the Bahamas Bar. Minister Hannah Martin is a Bahamian Progressive Liberal Party politician. In 2008, Hannah Martin became the first woman to hold the position of chairman of a political party in the Bahamas. She was the Minister of Transport and Aviation from 2002 to 2007 and from 2012 to 2017. She has been a Member of Parliament for Engliston since 2002, making her the country's longest-serving female parliamentarian. Having been re-elected in September of 2021, she was appointed by Prime Minister Philip Davis to serve as Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. She is the mother of 3 and grandmother of 2 and has an overall passion for the education of Bahamian students. Please welcome Minister Glennis Hannah Martin.
Thank you very much, Ms. Moss Moultrie, for that introduction. I'm very grateful. Good evening, everyone. I believe we've recognized everyone, but I still would wish to recognize Mr. Dr. Andrew Sarrazin, of course, the Permanent Secretary, the Deputy Director, Ms. Hamilton, whose post I can't remember offhand, Director, and of course, as was said, the legendary Mrs. Garraway, to our teachers, parents, our moderator. Good evening again. It is with a great sense of pleasure that I have this opportunity to be here with you this evening at this awards ceremony and to share in the celebration of the achievements of talented young Bahamians. It is your considered essays espousing the values and ideals of life, which center around these ideals, which are seen as essential building blocks to a meaningful life, as espoused by the late Sir John Templeton in his writings on the laws of life. Sir John was born in the United States of America, but he chose the Bahamas to spend a significant portion of his life, and his generosity is legendary in this country and globally. Even in death, many Bahamians and our country continue to benefit from his charitable outreach, his foundation, and through the Templeton World Charity Foundation. I am told that Sir John was the brainchild of this Laws of Life competition, and that his vision was that through competition, young people in the Bahamas would be able to creatively analyze, interpret, and express selected laws from his Laws of Life publication. Through their essays, it was envisioned that you would become imbued with the principles and thereby build character and enhance personal development. This year's Laws of Life competition is taken from, and you heard from Dr. Sarrazin, and I quote, "You are sought after if you reflect love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." This law of life, this particular one, is reminiscent of our biblical teaching as found in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23, where it is said, "Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control are described as fruits of the Spirit." The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Galatians, speaks of these attributes of a person living in accord with the Holy Spirit in communion with God. Templeton's Laws of Life seek to reflect the tenets of Christian living and a commune with Almighty. Templeton's Laws of Life it is appropriate that the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training seeks to foster intellectual, creative, and character strength in young people, would partner with Sir John and his foundation in this effort to encourage thought and literary articulation founded on ethical principles and in helping to shape and mold character in young Bahamians. The written essay modality in a competitive forum sharpens awareness and stimulates critical thinking and urges the writer to an exceptional performance, adopting invaluable principles of human existence and communal relations. Or in the words of John Temple himself, to encourage young people to live positive lives and become conduits of enrichment for those around them. This year, I'm advised the Laws of Life competition, the largest literary competition in the country, attracted, and we heard, more than 1,000 entries from upper primary to the college level, as well as a video division for 10th and 12th grade competitors. This is an amazing response. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the teachers throughout this nation that have guided, encouraged, and marshaled the submissions for this competition. It is clear that the efforts of our teachers were well received by these young participants and have been a source of encouragement and inspiration to you young people. This is what the field of education is all about. And this is why our teachers are the critical stakeholders in our national development. It's also why, young people, you should remember your teachers. It is heartening that this year's Laws of Life competition, now in its 14th year, and we've heard has attracted entrants from islands across the archipelago and from both public and private schools. This Laws of Life competition is noteworthy as the submissions are, I am advised, described as exceptional, with more than 300 writers attaining a grade of 90% and above. That's outstanding. "75 essays and 8 videos of the total entered was selected to receive top honors. With much satisfaction, I learned that the students receiving top awards hail from 11 public and 14 independent schools located on the islands of New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Eleuthera, and I've been told Mayaguana. 3 of our finalists entered through a local educational organization, and 3 entered through home schools. I salute all of the 1,000 students who wrote essays and submitted them in this competition. It is my hope that your preparation for this competition and the creation of the final product, your essay, has been a growth experience for you. It is also my prayer that as you move through life, you will be in your life a beacon to the world. Thank you very much.
Minister Hannah Martin, we are indeed so grateful for your remarks, and I'm sure the students appreciated them very much. Now, I'm hearing everybody saying the 1,000 or more entries, and we want to qualify that. This competition is usually 3,000 or more entries. We've hit the 3,000, almost 3,000 mark, but of course we know what happened. COVID created a new era. Students were not in school, but amazingly, last year and again this year, we still hit over 1,000 entries, which proved to us that students have the interest to enter the competition. And for that, we are grateful, because at the end of the day, it's not the numbers that matter. What matters is that you are learning, you are espousing these laws, you're using them in your life, and you are becoming better citizens of this great country. So that's what is important to the Foundation and to the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Thank you again. At this time, we're going to be blessed with a solo by Chauncey Wright of the C.H. Reeves Junior High School.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, and to run where the brave dare not go, and to right the unrightable wrong, and to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star. without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest, and the world will be better for this. Oh, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with this last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable, the unreachable, the unreachable star. Yes. And I'll always dream the impossible dream, and I'll reach the unreachable star.
Awesome, awesome. Give him another round of applause. Now, for those of you, we don't have very many printed programs, but we are digitally enabled this evening. So you had to scan the QR code and get the program. I'm sure you all saw that Chauncey had a familiar surname, eh? No, we're not related, but I'm going to claim Chauncey tonight. He's a right. So he has that talent. No, I can't sing. No, I can't sing. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But we've reached the time of the competition. I see pins and needles. I see hands shaking. We've reached that time that you have all been waiting for. And for those of you familiar, the Templeton World Charity Foundation, Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, Laws of Life Essay Competition is one of suspense. Nobody knows who the winners are. Those sitting here, they don't know. I know, okay? But they don't. And that's the element of surprise. And we don't do it to hurt you. We don't do it to make you feel uneasy, but it's just to give that element. You've accomplished so much. When you heard the minister state that out of over 1,000 essays, you who sit, some on this side, but just about 75 of you have been selected as the top scoring essays. The creme de la creme, like I like to say. You are the best of the very best. And even if you leave here, and guess what? Let me make it clear. Those envelopes over there, nobody's going to be leaving with nothing. Everybody gets something. But even the financial gain is not just what this is all about. The fact is, you've dreamed that impossible dream. You've gotten yourself to this point. No one knew when they wrote the essay. And let me put in a plug here. The Laws of Life Essay Competition is entirely digital. Entirely digital. No paper. That's why you don't have any paper programs. Some of you do. But everything is digital. Thank you to the thought and plan of our chair, Dr. Tracy Farquharson, 2 years ago. The competition takes place through a digital platform. Our markers and judges all judge through a digital platform, and I want to explain to you that this competition is entirely anonymous. The only person who knows who entered is Miss Wright sometimes, but I don't really know the people either. But everyone who enters is given a number, and your essay is given a number, and when it's sent to the markers, they don't know who you are, they don't know what school you came from, they don't know your name, they never see your name. In fact, the requirement is there are no names on the essay. There are no identifying markers. Of course, the video is different because you're starring in the video, so that's you. But that anonymity means that we are unbiased, we are ethical and fair in our judging, and we take that serious. I get calls all the time, and it's like, oh, I entered that competition in February and I haven't heard anything. It's now April. Well, you go through 2 markers, okay? And our markers they're not even here tonight because we don't need you to know who they are. That's how strict we are. Each essay goes through 2 and sometimes even 3. And then the top essays that score 90% above are passed on to judges to assess for content. So therefore, your essay is marked once, twice, 3. Now, I'm not going to sing once, twice, 3 times a lady. Once, twice, 3, 4 times before the top essays are selected. So it's a very stringent and strenuous process that takes time. So the time it takes is from February all the way to May when those essays are identified. So when you sit here this evening, you don't sit here because, hey, I entered a competition, and you sit here because your essay was deemed to be of such high quality that you were selected as one of the top scorers. Now, I just want to make it clear. When you leave, I want to say, well, I can't see the smiles because we have the masks on, hey. But it's good to see the smiles sometime. I want everyone to be smiling and to be engaging and to be happy that you were selected. And the schools were selected, and the teachers were selected, because guess what? In this competition, everybody gets a chance to win. So we're going to move into that section right now. And the first, this came from the accountant, so I got it. The first division that we're going to deal with is the video division. Now, for the video division, that division is open to students in grades 10 through 12 only. And you can enter as an individual, or you have the option to enter as a group. And it can be a group of individuals from different schools. And then I must also say, the Laws of Life essay competition is not only limited to schools as we know it. It's also open to organizations. Perhaps you're going to enter through your church. Perhaps you have a club that you're a part of and they said, hey, let's enter this competition. So you're going to find out that this evening, some students have been selected as finalists and they attend a school, but they did not enter through that school. They entered through an organization that they are a part of. And we want to make that clear that this is open to everybody. So if your school didn't select you, sometimes schools are kind of selective in who they want to enter competitions, but it's free and open for anyone to enter. A parent can decide, hey, I'm going to put you in this competition, and you're open to do that. You don't have to have the permission of a school to enter. And you also heard it said that we also have students from home schools, because you know what COVID did for us is COVID changed the way we look at school. School right now is so different than it was in 2019. So for that, the Templeton Laws of Life essay competition wants to embrace that and wants to open avenues for everyone to become a part of. So let's move on, because I know y'all saying this lady is talking a lot, and I just want to know if was my video the one, right? Okay, so for the video division, get into it right now. Like I said, this was from the bank. You know how these banks go sometime? I mean, any bankers in here? Sometimes they have things in their own order. But this competition has winners. We have honorable mention, which means that your essay scored high, but you just kind of missed that mark to be declared from the 1 through 6. So in the video awards division, honorable mention, receiving a cash prize of $300, we have Alexia Clark of the R.M. Bailey Senior High School. Clark. Also receiving honorable mention. Oh, I am so sorry. Forgive me. I was getting a direction. We're going to call on the honorable minister to come up and present these awards. What we're doing is they're receiving the awards already, so you will come and take a photo with the honorable minister. And we do this because this division actually has, the winner of this division receives the minister's cup. So we have, let's do it again, Alexia Clark of R.M. Bailey Senior High School. Also receiving honorable mention in the video division, we have of Kingsway Academy, Andrew Coley, Philip Swan, and Caleb Wallace. Come on, give these young men a round of applause. Mention in the video division, we have from Aquinas College, Caden Moss Moultrie and Kiana Burrows. For third place, that's how good the essays were. All the way from Grand Bahama, the Bishop Michael Eldon School, we have a grouping of Angel Pacenti, Kendall Williamson, Fiorella Long, Anaya Edwards Toot, Avante Garland, and Alvarez Garland. I think most of them are joining via Zoom, so they may be on as well, so just give them a round of applause. And the third place winners receive a cash prize of $500. From Central Luther High School, we also had Aretha Kalma tying for third place. And Aretha is here, so give her a nice round of applause for being here with us. Winner is from St. Augustine's College, Kaylee Camp. Cash prize of $750 from Kingsway Academy, Michaela Kerr, Kimora Kerr, and Nevaeh Kerr. Sisters. winner in the video division, receiving a cash prize of $1,000, Jordan Gibson and Jaquay Lightfoot of Windsor School, Albany campus, and also receiving the Minister's Cup. Is a floating trophy, so Windsor Albany campus gets to hold on to it for 1 year. I don't know which other school is going to take it back from them next year. We're also going to ask the minister to assist us with the presentation for the college division. And a couple years ago, we developed the college division for students enrolled in Bahamian tertiary institutions, not Bahamian students involved in a tertiary institution. You know, the English language is kind of funny. What I just said, students enrolled in a Bahamian tertiary institution. So this year we had a couple of people come and say, yeah, but I'm in the Bahamas and I'm doing online, but I'm at St. Leo's College and I'm gonna try to see if I could enter. No, it's for Bahamian tertiary institutions, which we have quite a few. We have quite a few. And you must be under 25 years of age. So let's move right into that division. We have receiving honorable mention of $300, Shanae Barr of University of the Bahamas. Of the University of the Bahamas. Of Bahamas Agricultural and Marine Science Institute, and Quenisha Fernanda of the University of the Bahamas. Division, we have Kristen Hall of the University of the Bahamas receiving a cash prize of $600. Of University of the Bahamas. college division receiving a cash prize of $1,000. I'm hearing mommy. I'm hearing mommy. Entering through the Journeys International Organization, but also a student of the University of the Bahamas and a primary school finalist many years ago, Takia Hallberg. Takia's mom is one of our Ministry of Education Technical and Vocational Training's vice principal. You can hear her. We can see you, Naria. Let's give a rousing round of applause for all of our college finalists. Thank you, Minister. Call on Dr. Andrew Sarrazin to assist us with our next division, our primary participants. They're still on pins and needles here. So I just want to calm them down again. Last year, we instituted something for the first time to encourage our Family Island participants, because you know, sometimes people say everything is New Providence-centric, but the Bahamas is not New Providence. So to encourage wider participation from our Family Island schools, we instituted a special prize for the top scoring essay in Family Island districts. Now, sometimes not all of the Family Islands enter, but when that does happen, an essay is selected as the top scoring essay. Sometimes that student is also a finalist in the competition. Sometimes they might have just missed the mark. And I'm going to tell you, we have 90% as the cutoff mark, and then we have a whole slew of 89.75, 89.5. So students miss it just by mere tenths of a point. So I want to recognize, and I think we're going to be able to do this, the Family Island top scoring essays in Grand Bahama and the Family Island districts. We have Tiara Roll of Cooperstown Primary School, the top scoring primary essay in Abaco. Marjane Brown of the Tockham Bay Primary School, the top scoring primary essay in Eleuthera. And I think we have a representative here for Ronaldo Matter, Maurice Moore Primary School, top scoring essay in Grand Bahama. Someone is representing Ronaldo. Into our essays receiving, our students receiving honorable mention in the primary district. And as I call your name, you can start proceeding. We have Alexia Bain of St. Thomas More School. Rainier Bodie of Palmdale Primary. Liam Bonamy of First Step Academy. Lathan Bolag, Homeschool, the Heuristic Academy. And he's actually from two schools. He's now at Queens College, but he entered through homeschooling with the Heuristic Academy. Amelia Brown of the Heuristic Academy. Marjane Brown, Tockham Bay Primary School. Summer Darville, Kingsway Academy. Brittany Ferguson, Discovery Learning and Development Center. Henley Knowles, Kingsway Academy. Ronaldo Matter, Maurice Moore Primary School. Jackson McIntosh Kingsway Academy. Neil Morada, St. Thomas More Catholic School. Amare Nemore Kingsway Academy. Tiara Roll Cooperstown Primary. Ishmael Sawyer Eva Hilton Primary School. Nasir Schmid Palmdale Primary. Lena Seligman Lyford Key International School. Petrel Taylor Palmdale Primary. And Turan Thurston Kingsway Academy. Give our honorable mentions in the primary division another round of applause. Receiving sixth place in the primary division, we have Azaria Musette of Palmdale Primary. Fifth place in the primary division, Dwayne Small Jr. of Temple Christian School. Fourth place in the primary division, with a cash prize of $200, we have Nyla Simonette of Queens College. Third place in the primary division with a cash prize of $300, we have Alexander Cabral of Kingsway Academy. Second place in the primary division with a cash prize of $400, we have Malaya Gordon of Eva Hilton Primary School. Winner of the first place prize in the primary division, receiving a cash prize of $500, a $1,000 scholarship prize, and $1,000 for a school is Alyssa Pratt of Kingsway Academy. And we can have a representative of Kingsway Academy. Alyssa gets to keep the glass trophy. The golden cup goes to the school for their showcase, and the school also receives a prize. Kingsway Academy was the winning school in the primary division, the school of the winner. Thank you, Dr. Saracen. I'll ask our permanent secretary, Lorraine Armbruster, Mrs. Lorraine Armbruster, to assist us with the presentations in the junior division. And once again, we have honorable mentions. We also have the top scoring essays. So the top scoring essays from the Family Islands in Grand Bahama. We have, and you're going to hear some of the names twice. We have Azaria Bastian of Andros and the Berry Islands District. McKellen Kinder receiving the top score in Eleuthera, Spanish Wells, and Harbor Island District. Sydney Turnquest, top scorer in Exuma. Jolana Pinder, top scorer in Grand Bahama. And Gervasio Turnquest, top scorer in the Berry Islands. And I should have said to you their schools. So for the honorable mentions in the junior division, we have Abigail Francis of Summit Academy. Zaria Bastian, South Andros High School. Santhea Serena CHB's Junior High School. Benjamin Coley Kingsway Academy. Janaea Cooper Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy. Mahima Johnson Believers Faith Christian Academy. Sienna Jones St. Augustine's College. Tamia Knowles Central Eleuthera High School. Madison Marshall St. John's College. Tyler Nairn Kingsway Academy. Anthony Pettican Journeys International. Helen Pinder Central Eleuthera High School. Jamea Roll CHB's Junior High School. Dinero Roland Sunland Baptist Academy in Grand Bahama. Dinero is joining us via Zoom, yes. Rachel Mary Sebastian, Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy in Grand Bahama. And Sydney Turnquest, Exuma Christian Academy. We have a two-way tie for 6th place in the junior division. Mia Edgecombe of Summit Academy and Clarence Jumeen of CHB's Junior High School. In 5th place in the junior division, we have Brene Hart. In the junior division, we have Gervasio Turnquest of the R.N. Gomez All-Age School in the Berry Islands. There he is. In 3rd place in the junior division, we have Sarai Lewis of St. Anne's School. junior division, we have Shantae Jolly of Journeys International. And the grand prize winner in the junior division hails from Lukaya International School in Grand Bahama, Jelana Pinder. What a reaction that was. Congratulations, Jelana. Lukaya International's Jelana is the recipient of a $1,000 scholarship in addition to a $600 cash prize and $100 as the top scoring junior essay in Grand Bahama, and her school is the recipient of a $1,000 award as well. Give all of our junior division entries a round of applause. Moving right along to our senior division. Our honorable mentions begin with Jadon Bain of Kingsway Academy, Nikita Deal of Central Eleuthera High School, Newbell Ferguson Kingsway Academy, Krishna Forbes Doris Johnson Senior High School, Seth Hamilton Kingsway Academy, Tia Hepburn C.B. Bethel Senior High School, Kingsway Academy, P. Anastasia Hutchinson R.M. Bailey Senior High School, Ayanna Knowles Kingsway Academy, Fredria Lang Tabernacle Baptist Christian Academy, Grand Bahama, and she's also the top scorer from Grand Bahama. Diamond Lundy Homeschool, Nathan Moxie Kingsway Academy, Carmel Perigord Kingsway Academy, Renee Rodriguez Kingsway Academy, Tony Scriven Patrick J. Bethel High School in Abaco, and also the top scorer from Abaco. Jael Taylor Kingsway Academy, Jade Watkins Aquinas College, Tanika Williams Kingsway Academy, and Lamar Williams Aquinas College. Give our honorable mentions from the senior division a round of applause. Division, we have Takea Francis of Pace Christian Academy. I'm going to try my best with this pronunciation. I hope I hit it. Humosny Gautier, R.M. Bailey Senior High School in 5th place. we have Malusa Jean of R.M. Bailey Senior High School. Third place, Zaria Forbes, Aquinas College. To say my cash prizes, the bank somehow didn't. They wanted to keep it a little secret, but anyway. In second place, we have Caden Moss Moultrie of Aquinas College. And our grand prize winner, I will hold it for a little bit. The Sir John Templeton Floating Trophy, receiving a $1,000 scholarship prize, receiving a $700 cash award, is Brianna Fenelus of R.M. Bailey Senior High School. R.M. Bailey also receives an award of $1,000. Do we have a representative of administration of R.M. Bailey? The principal is here. Awesome. Now, Madam Principal, most times we say that goes to the English department. So I forgot to say that for Kingsway Academy and Lucayo International as well. Give them all a round of applause. It doesn't end there. I'm almost finished. I'm trying to find, that other bank information. Getting there, getting there. Because, the teachers have to win something too. And the schools also have to win something. I think we gave the schools their money, but time for the teachers now. So I'm hoping that some of these teachers are present today. Thank you so much. So at this time, we're going to call Deputy Director Charmaine Sinclair. And these teachers would be winning prizes because they have the most finalists in the competition. And you heard, I know you kept hearing certain schools called. So we have from Kingsway Academy in the senior division, we have Doreen Bailey, if she's here. We have Halnika Bodhi. Halnika Bodhi Bain. Division from Kingsway Academy, we have Miss Abigail Sullivan. Marlene Benwell. From Summit Academy, Nicola Weech. And from Journeys International, Naria Hallberg. Give our teachers a round of applause. Our former committee member, I guess you're still our committee member. We're going to still own you. Thank you, Permanent. Thank you. I mean, I'm promoting you. Thank you, Deputy Director. We'll now call on Mrs. Garraway. And these prizes are for the schools with the most finalists in the competition. Kingsway Academy, Senior Division, and Kingsway Academy, Primary Division. C.H. Reeves Junior High School. In the junior division. Well, I think that's all, folks. I don't have any more bankers information, unfortunately. But we want to thank you so much. We want to thank our students, our teachers, our schools, and we look forward to even greater next year. I think, Dr. Parkinson, we need armed services next year because we're going to do it even bigger and better, Dr. Sarrazin. So we thank you all so much for being here and for honoring these. Students, please stand up so that they can see you. At this time, we're going to call on our primary winner, Alyssa, to come and make a presentation to the Minister of Education. You may sit. And Technical and Vocational Training Minister. We're going to call now on Dwayne Small, one of our primary finalists, to make a presentation as well. No, Dr. Sarrazin. We're going to go to the permanent secretary. We're going to call on the permanent secretary. Alexander Cabral of Kingsway Academy. We want to involve the boys. And we're going to ask Deputy Director Sinclair to come up. Malaya Gordon of Eva Hilton. And we're going to ask Mrs. Elma Garraway. So you all now have Sunday flowers or weekend flowers for the table. And last but by no means least, we're going to call on Rainier Bodie of Palmdale Primary, our next door neighbor, to present to Mrs. ADE, Assistant Director of Education, Althea Hamilton Grant, for all of the assistance. We come out of LRS, so I'm going to call on the Assistant Director of Education of the Learning Resources section to come and accept this. Thank you so much for all the assistance that has been granted. Coming with the vote of thanks is Mrs. Ramona Wells of the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee.
She did it already. Good evening, everyone. Like she said, my name is Ms. Ramona Wells, and I am one of the members of the Laws of Life Steering Committee. And I just want to thank everyone tonight for being here. Truly, excellence was on full display. So again, we want to give our students a round of applause, because it must not have been easy switching from the face-to-face, doing it in your class, and then having to actually do it online. And then we did do another switch again because we didn't have an upload feature this time. You had to actually write in the portal itself. And so our students did an excellent job in following those instructions, and we just say thank you to them for participating. A special thank you to Dr. Charmaine Miller for leading us to the throne of grace this evening and starting our program off in the proper manner. Then to Dr. Andrew Saracen. It's indeed my pleasure to extend our deep sense of appreciation to you for your remarks on behalf of the Templeton Charity Foundation, who are generous sponsors of this competition. To Minister Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin, our dynamic Minister of Education, thank you for those celebratory remarks and the motivational remarks to our students, parents, and the Bahamas. We appreciate you. We also acknowledge the presence of your executive team, and we say thank you for being here this evening. I wish to also thank and recognize the amazing vocal talent of our soloist, Master Chauncey Wright from C.H. Reeves Junior High School. And as a former teacher from that school, Raptor Country is the place to be. A multiplicity of talent exists in that school. Excellence is our goal. Yes, Ms. Smith? So on behalf of the committee members, we also wish to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Elma Garraway. She's been mentioned over and over again tonight, and we want to say thank you to her. And I'm sure Ms. Mina Griffiths is watching online, and so we say thank you to her as well. They've served on this committee since inception. They say they're retired. I don't think they really are, because they still are our consultants, and so we thank them for their service. Our competition would be nothing without the contribution of our markers and our judges. Ms. Wright alluded to them. Those persons who stay up in the middle of the night, go through their computer screens, check, mark, recheck, double check, triple check, to make sure that, this year by year, the competition is fair and unbiased. And so we thank them for their doing their duties and just taking up the enormous task. Gratitude is also expressed to the writing unit of the Department of Education, headed by Ms. Lisa Wright, who annually serves as our hostess with the mostest. This is what, dress number 4? This dress number 4, okay. And so we want to say that the writing unit has overseen this competition since 2009. And as a former member of this unit, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started turning months and months ago. I'm sure we'll start planning next month. Tracy will give us a call. But it requires planning and that bird's eye view. The writing unit is fortunate enough to be backed by the committee members, and that includes myself, Ms. Dr. Miller, like I said, Lisa Wright, but we are headed by Dr. Tracy Farquharson. And we want to say thank you to her tonight. She likes to stay in the background. But Tracy, can you please stand? She doesn't want to stand. I think she visited the hotel maybe 5 times today, making sure everything was set and was done. And so we thank you for your invaluable service to the committee and everything you do. I cannot say enough, again, how thankful we are to be back in this face-to-face environment, back to doing what we love to do and see the students smile. Those kids from the Family Islands who were not able to be here tonight, you know, it's good to see them in the virtual space. And so I stand between you all and a wonderful reception that's planned next door. And so before we leave tonight, I just want to say one more thing. Thank you. Thank you for coming this evening. Thank you. That's right.
Never enough thank yous, Ramona. And we're at the end. Another year has passed. And as Ramona said, we know Dr. Farquharson has us on the mark. We're going to be meeting next week. She already talked about she can't wait to start next year. So look for some great things coming from us. And as Ramona mentioned, there's a lovely reception planned for you. But what we'd like to do is we'd like for the students to remain. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. First place winners only. So the first place winners can remain behind, and the others we will let the dignitaries proceed, so the ushers will come to assist. Once the dignitaries and the other students have proceeded to the reception space, then we'll allow everyone else to go in. And we just want you to continue to obey the protocols. There's sufficient space in there that we can social distance, etc. And we want to thank you. Give yourselves a hand for being here this evening. So we really appreciate you coming out, and I know, and we thank God so much that the rain held up, so we were able to enjoy this evening. Thank you once again. It has been our pleasure. Good evening.